Pretend that you're sitting in a box of sand. Can you feel that texture, the temperature? Is there anything else in that box? As you start to reach towards the edges, let me propose this question. What's the difference between a sandbox and a kitty litter box? The answer is simple. It's how much toxicity you allow in its space. Hi, I'm Bryan McGrath, but for the past 14 years, I've been known predominantly as Mr. M, elementary tech teacher, and guardian of the car line. Too much? Not for my box, not for my frame of mind. See, there are countless studies that are out there that when we are engaged and our brains are happy, we lean in. We feel like we belong. Conversely, when we're criticized and the state is stressful, we avoid and we lean back. Now, having the opportunity to teach over 1,400 students, I want to acknowledge there are some kids going through some incredibly difficult times. The loss of a loved one, the deployment of our mom or dad overseas, and more recently, the deportation of someone important to them. These are heavy things. And it's for that reason that I want to acknowledge all of my colleagues in the education field who haven't given up, who continue to stay in the sandbox, who mend and tend the hearts that need it. But that said, I do teach about 375 kids a week, and not everyone is going through some monumental adversity. But yet I still worry. I worry about their space. I worry that it's becoming just a little polluted, a little shallow, and a little isolated. And one of the reasons is because of tech. And I know you might be thinking, hey, Mr. M, aren't you the tech teacher? Yeah. Listen, I love tech. I think it is preparing and inspiring our kids for a better world. But just like any activity, especially with our kids, with moderation and with some guidance. So I hope that you'll explore this with me. How is the box becoming a little polluted? Well, even before COVID-19, right? It seems like our screen time is up and our sleep is down. It seems like we're more connected to the online world than being connected to the real world. Our community presence is diminishing while our games are ever growing. There's a great book that's out there from Jonathan Haidt, and he has this Anxious Generation. It's a really culmination that we can delve into so much data about the first kids that really from their formative years through their pubescent years have had devices with them. And some of the information is a little alarming. But what I'm worried about most is the content, right? In Jonathan Haidt's book, he talks about how kids have an innate learning bias, two of them, a conformist bias and a prestige bias. The conformist bias is just, we kind of sponge and parrot the people around us because we want to fit in, because we are human. And the second is the prestige bias, which is just simply, I want to emulate those that are successful. But how do we determine what success is any longer? Is it through a filter? Is it through some sensational information trying to perpetrate likes? I don't know. But me, as the tech teacher, I can't even understand what's real and what's not real any longer in content. But you know who can? Some real superheroes out there. They're called librarians. And they're both in the schools. They're just a drive away. See, they're all about reliability of sources, to be able to back up your facts, to trace the origin of something that allows to say, what I see is true. Not all superheroes wear capes, but fun fact, I actually know a couple of librarians that do wear capes. I'm a little worried, not just about the content, but I'm worried about it becoming very shallow. Let's go back to our example of being in the sandbox together. Are you ready? I'm so excited for this. I have buried 3 dinosaur eggs and 1 mystery prize in your sandbox. Ready to find it? 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. It's there, it's there, it's there. And it's a magnifying glass. Did it for you. We're done. Thanks. Bye. No. Not bye. Not move on. I feel like I just robbed you. I robbed you of an experience. I robbed you of the opportunity to discover, to play, to interact, to take a moment to get frustrated, and not just to give away the prize at the end. Kind of did what AI does. And again, tech teacher. I love AI. I think it's fantastic. There's so many cool things that we can do with it, but there's a time and a place and a space. Especially for my little guys, we shouldn't start with it. We should build off of it. Kind of like Jenga. Let's make the foundation super sturdy before we get real wobbly, just to rob them of the experience. This is dark and deep, Mr. M. I thought you were the fun guy. Well, I'm just a little worried. The isolation is the third part of the problem. See, the World Health Organization, they had this wonderful study that just came out about social connection. And no surprise, 1 in 6 people worldwide are experiencing loneliness. 1 in 6. But what alarms me the most is that with the kids from the ages of 13 to 17 were the ones that registered the highest for being lonely. How's that possible? I mean, they're connected in so many ways, yet maybe they're more worried about being connected to the Wi-Fi than in real life. And it just makes me want to pause. Again, going back to Jonathan Haidt, he talks about those biases, and so I'm going to ask, who's in your sandbox? Who's are the people that you're trying to emulate? Because they might not be there when the times get tough, but you know who will be? The people that you're with today, that live in your house, that live in your neighborhood, that go to your school. There's a way that we can connect to each other. And again, by all means, I love technology, but I love humanity more. I think we can have a reshift, right? In my class, we talk about all the time, sometimes you just need a reboot. And I'd like to do that with you right now. Yeah, because Mr. M, you've been a little judgmental, right? You were talking about the beginning about when you're criticizing people, our brains, we lean back. No, I really want you to lean in with me. I think we have this opportunity. You have this ability to give this amazing gift to each and every one of us. I want you to give the gift of, right? I want you to be able to be present by giving presence. You give me that present of being present, and it's more than anything I could ever ask for. So I have 3 suggestions to maybe try and just replenish, refresh, change the soil just a little bit for the boxes for our kids, because they need it. Their physical base and their social base. So here's thought 1. Let's return to the physical spots to play and to learn. Like literally, go find a sandbox. Go back to the playgrounds and the parks. Go outside and meet someone you've never met before and interact with them. Have to take turns and share and get dirty and discover. It's a wonderful thing. Go back to the libraries where we got to learn where our outside voice should be, our conversation voice, and our quiet voice. And to know that sometimes it's okay to just be in a room full of people and be very quiet. Almost a little awkward. But it's okay to embrace that because our imaginations start to grow from there. Or maybe it's going back to the rec centers. Maybe we just play pickup games for the fun of pickup games. And we create absurd rules, and some days we win and sometimes we lose. But it's not tied to driving for hours to get somewhere, to pay for a hotel, to watch a game that's really important in your ratings and your standings. Just go play, because it's going to give us that practice to learn body language, to have empathy, to win with grace and to lose with grace. Not to be robbed of the experiences. The second point that we can do is, besides being in physical spaces, let's return to nature. Let's reconnect to the things that are beautiful and be outside, whether it's just a walk in your neighborhood or a beach. Did you know that there are 63 national parks in the United States? 11 of them here, just in Florida alone. Maybe your next trip for your family vacation is to one of these amazing parks. I know, the signal strength might be super low, but your memories might be forever. I can attest, if you've ever been to the Everglades and seen a 10-foot gator just on the banks, or you've been to California and you look up at that redwood tree that just continues to go up and up and up, or you're back to the Indiana dunes that are so tranquil and peaceful, it's breathtaking, and it's quiet, and it fills our lungs and not our browser history. It gives us the opportunity to slow down, which I think can make us more successful. Now, if you can't go back to the national parks and you don't have the chance to go to a rec center or find a playground or you can't go to the library, please go to the library. It's a great place, amazing, filled with so much cool information. But if you can't do those, where else can we go? I have two thoughts. Let's retake quality time. And where do we do that? At the table in the car. See, for the table, it could be your dinner table. It could be a picnic table. It could be the restaurant table. But let's start the conversations. Let's set the table correctly where we have a chance to engage with each other and ask, how's your day? Or telling a corny joke. Or build a list. Kids love lists. Hey, let's build out a list. Top 5 costumes you've ever got to wear. Okay, how about top 5 national parks we want to go to next year? Okay, what about top 5 places that we could give our time back over a winter break to an organization or a charity that needs us most? Right? It gives us that time to connect and be human again with each other, rather than the stare and the glare of the device. Now, I'm not a perfect man, I know that. I'm going to challenge myself. Here's what I want to do. For 1 month at a restaurant, we eat out a lot. But I'm going to try my best to keep my device away until the order is in. Right? Not just the drink order. The drink order and some food. And maybe we can progress to then the dessert. Or maybe even device away until the bill comes. But I'm going to try it. I just want to see if I can connect with my kids. Because I got to be as honest and truthful as possible. My kids are a lot more, they're grown. They're in their teens. And it's hard connecting with them. You're going to miss out on it. While I was backstage, I can't tell you how rewarding it is just to have some teens that are out there that you get them to crack a smile. You're like, I still got it. It's because we're connected in a shared space, doing something together that we love and we're passionate about. If it's not at the table, then it's at the car. I know we're super busy. We got errands to do. We got phone calls to make. We got to be accountable to our work. But let's take that first 5 minutes of the journey and figure out if there's something we can do. One of the things that my kids loved to do when they were little was the license plate bingo game. Always looking for that elusive Hawaii license plate. Or an I Spy game. Or one of my favorites is, in my grandmother's treasure chest, there was, and then it's A and B and C and D and E, and it goes around. An apple, a banana, coffee, donut. It teaches us to listen. It teaches us to memorize. These are fantastic things. Now, can you do this with your 16 to 18-year-old? I don't know. But I don't think it hurts to try. If not, finding other ways. Exchange corny jokes. But let's start with the phones away. Let's stop with the devices away. I mentioned at the beginning of my speech that I'm the guardian of the car line. Oh, I take that job very seriously. Exhibit A. Well, okay, that maybe is a little too much modeling. One more, please. Sorry about that. Yikes. Okay. One more, please. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's kind of fun. Thanks. But there's strategy to this. I do this with purposeful intent, just like I do technology with purposeful intent. I want those kids to know when they come in and they see me appreciating that I see them and they see me without having a device in between us to set our day, to start it off knowing we're about to get into a physical shared space where we can create and we can care and we can appreciate that we can find similarities in each other and celebrate those just as much as we can celebrate the differences that make us unique. I hope they never think of me as the anti-tech teacher. It's furthest from the truth. I hope they think of me as the guy that's trying to connect with others. Because I think that's what will make us better, which will make us more successful. Because if we can get back to sharing physical space and playing and letting the kids be kids and learning eye contact and manners and frustrations for not always winning and not giving the answer just so quickly, if we can go back to nature and just revisit the beautifulness that is out there and reconnect in fresh air, and if we can retake just a portion of our time, just take a little bit of that away from the technology, maybe, just maybe, we can return to a happier place. Thank you for being in my space.